Live from Hooper Stadium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 13th exciting season of local high school sports television, is proud to present the CIF Sac-Joaquin Section Les Schwab Tires Division I Football Playoffs, presented by Farmers Insurance. Tonight, in the opening round of the playoffs, your DVL champion Nevada Union Miners take on the Napa Indians. It's the first step on the road to the section title, and all the football action starts right here, right now. It's your NorCal Game of the Week. A wild day here in Nevada County. The wind and rain have pounded Hooper Stadium for most of the day. It's wet, it is extremely cold, but it is playoff football, just like we like it in the foothills, as the Miners open up the 2009 playoffs with a home game against the Napa Indians. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. Jim Adams, the voice of Nevada Union Miner football, alongside Paul Brown and former Nevada Union running back Michael Strong as our field reporter. An extra dimension tonight, our producer and director and Commander 3 is Sean Kashevsky. And, of course, the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team bundled up against the cold and ready for this first playoff game of the season, Paul.
You know, Jim, it doesn't make one bit of difference what the weather is tonight. The Miners are ready, and this is what they've been practicing for all year long. The beginning of the postseason, on the road to the section title.
On the sideline tonight, Michael Strong. Michael?
Yeah, and coming to Grass Valley tonight, they'll be facing the Napa Indians, who may not be used to the winter foothill weather. As you know, Paul, the drive from Napa can be rather long.
Yeah, it's true, but, you know, that's what the home field advantage is all about. And, you know, Jimmy, as the number 3 seed, the Miners will have the opportunity to host 2 games, tonight against Napa, and then on next week, that's Friday after Thanksgiving.
Tonight we also have a treat. Michael Strong joining us on the sidelines. He'll bring us a fresh analysis from the field. As we've been telling you, Touchdown Productions now records 2 Game of the Weeks and for each week. And while we're here at Nevada Union, Marty Mortensen and Rick Caravelli are down at Placer for their opening playoff game against Foothill. All these games can be seen both streaming live and on demand at www.nevadacountytv.org. So while we await the start of this game, we'll remind you that you are watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football on the Touchdown Production Sports Network. We'll be back with intros to the game in just a moment.
Welcome to Citizens Bank of Northern California. Hi, I'm Gary Gall, President and CEO. At Citizens Bank, we like to take the mystery out of banking. Started 15 years ago by community leaders, Citizens Bank has grown to 7 branches to serve you. We at Citizens Bank all want to congratulate our sports teams for a job well done, the athletes, coaches, and their families. And we wish you the best of luck in the postseason. Citizens Bank of Northern California. Your community, your bank.
Welcome to We've Got Scrubs. My name is Christine Pickering. We've Got Scrubs supplies medical scrubs, shoes, and accessories to the medical profession. Our local store offers a full range of products from major manufacturers. We've Got Scrubs is proud to carry scrub uniforms such as Cherokee, Dickies, Landau, and Barco. We carry all sizes and styles for our male and female customers. We are always looking at complementing our scrub uniform line for your professional needs because we've got scrubs.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
BNC is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. They carry everything you need. In their garden center, you'll find a complete nursery along with expert advice on trees, shrubs, perennials, and garden enhancements. They're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at BNC True Value Home and Garden Center in the Fowler Center, Grass Valley.
Okay. Are you going to go right in then? Sean, you going to go right in? So here we are live from Nevada Union, and we'd like to remind you that this special edition of Minor Football is underwritten by StartOverToday.com. Since 2002, StartOverToday.com has helped over 39,000 families just like yours on their path to financial freedom. If you have large amounts of unsecured debt, their debt settlement program is an innovative way for you to take a step in the right direction. StartOverToday.com uses their experience in long-term creditor relationships to negotiate your debt down by up to 40 to 60% while making one affordable monthly payment. You can become completely debt-free in as little as 12 to 36 months. The benefits are endless at StartOverToday.com.
And by the 4th annual Michael Bratton Turkey Trot, the Bratton family reminds you to come out Thanksgiving morning after the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot in Nevada Union High School. A record number of runners showed up for last year's event, and it was a great time had by all. This year will be no different. Come by and see old friends and run the race, watch the miners practice for their day after the Thanksgiving game. Be sure to sign up online and reserve a special commemorative T-shirt and participate in the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot, which helps many nonprofit organizations in our area.
You're always close by your neighborhood Ace Hardware in Auburn, located on Highway 49 at Luther Road and locally owned and operated for the past 12 years by Mike Ryan and his family. Neighborhood Ace has teamed up with the buying power of Ace Hardware to bring you the largest selection of products for your home and business. And at Neighborhood Ace, they're always ready to talk about the latest Hillman victory at Neighborhood Ace Hardware.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959, and in October we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is handpicked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley. Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net. Woo!
in Grass Valley. Bob and Kurt Pinkham have been serving your carpet needs in Grass Valley since 1977. That's over 50 years of experience. Their new 3,500 square foot showroom is stuffed with the latest designs in carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile flooring products from all the top manufacturers. With many products in stock in their huge 3,500 square foot warehouse. It's Bob's Discount Carpet in Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Remove your hats for the national anthem. The flag is located at the east end of the stadium.
And so our national anthem.
And now, under the direction of Mr. Rod Baggett, let's welcome...
Brought to you by the Nevada Union Choir.
Correction. The flag is going to be coming in with the color guard on the west end of the stadium.
And so from the west side of the stadium comes the color guard tonight to honor America. On the far side of the field.
I think I see four Marines here. All right, they're sitting at the back end line.
And
So we'll see if we're getting ready for Crystal Baggett.
here we go.
To sing the national anthem. Napa has some, some nice representation on the other side of the field. That's a long drive from Napa to Grass Valley, especially in rush hour traffic going through Sacramento.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming through the skies and bright stars through the perilous fight? For the rampart we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets yet ran the bombs bursting in air.
And our national anthem, game time temperature 39 degrees here at Hooper Stadium. Dry conditions at the moment, however, a storm cell about 60 miles to our north right now, moving in this direction. Whether it will be a rainstorm or a snowstorm is yet to be seen. So, Paul, I think we should expect almost anything tonight.
And you know, Jim, a game like this of such importance, we worked all year to be at this game. And you'd like to see dry conditions, you'd like to see optimum conditions, but what you're going to see is wet, drizzly, and it really levels out the playing field. Either team can win, and I think, Jim, it's going to boil down to turnovers.
Well, I will tell you this. Let's preview Nevada Union for just a moment. They're going to come into this game with only one loss on the season, that one against Rockland, a offense that has performed very well all throughout the course of the season, and a very excellent offensive scheme tonight that, as it unfolds, has the potential of being extremely interesting. So we'll have to see exactly how this happens. Miners come into the game with two goals. One is to cut down on penalties, and the other is to have the pass defense perform well tonight. Miners will start off on that defense. Connor Maloney about ready to start it off for us here tonight from Hooper Stadium. This first round of the Division I CIF Sectional Championship, and it is underway. A line drive kick into the secondary, goes back deep, and won't go into the end zone, and Napa will have the ball at their 1 yard line.
Number 31, Cody Jensen back, couldn't field the ball properly, and ends up on the 2 yard line. Could have been a worse scenario for Napa.
And Jensen thought that ball was going to go into the end zone, Paul, but it didn't make it.
It was one of those bouncers that you just didn't know how to field. He was hoping to come out to the 20, and he finds himself on the 2.
We mentioned Cody Jensen. He is the main offensive threat for this Napa Indian team tonight. Cody Thompson in at quarterback, and the leading receiver for this season, Sebastian Sawyer. Cody Jensen strong offensively, both with the run and with the pass. This is a big Napa Indian team. They are 5-5 on the season, and Thompson is about ready to start it off. And flags fly right away. Too much time, and the ball that was at the 2 will go back to the 1, and a 1st and 10 will become a 1st and 11.
And Jim, let's talk for a second about this Napa offense. You're right, Cody Jensen, he is a one-man wrecking crew. 145 carries for the season, 13 touchdowns. This guy is going to carry the ball a lot tonight. We're going to see a lot of touches.
Field conditions unusually well. The rain stopped several hours ago. Chance to kind of dry up a little. And here's the first play. Back to pass. Going to test that defense. Throws over the middle, and it's a completion and a first down. And a flag flies on the play. And you wonder if they might hit the Miners with a late hit. Reception on the play by C.J. Cunningham.
Well devised play by Napa on the slant coming over the middle, hitting Cunningham. Let's see what happens here with the penalty, Jim. It looks like they're going to move the chains.
And sideline warning against Napa. So the flags fly early here. Let's hope that they don't fly often. Here in this Division I first round sectional championship game. So 1st and 10, they get that breathing room that they need. And back to pass again, over the middle, and that one's intercepted. Flag flies on the play, and in for a touchdown goes Eric Niederberger. We will have to see what the flag is.
We may get a hold here, Jim. We'll see. Niederberger was in a perfect position. And let's see if there's going to be a pass interference call or what.
I think you're right. I think that they're probably going to call defensive holding, and the other officials are now huddling at the end zone. It's not the official who threw the flag that is standing over the flag right now. So a critical early call. Do the Miners take a 6-0 lead? And no, they do not. That ball will go back. Pass interference against Nevada Union. So instead of getting 7 points, it's a 15-yard penalty and a new first down that will take the ball to the 36 of Napa.
So Napa dodges a big bullet early here. Rather than having a 6-point deficit, they're going to be in reasonably good field position on their own 30.
So early on, a tough penalty against the Miners, 1st and 10. Miners moved, and a flag goes on the play. This one may very well be holding against Napa. We'll have to see, but a bevy of Nevada Union Miners get in there and stop Jensen for a little bit of a loss. And leading the way, just as he did on the last play, was Eric Niederberger.
And they have signaled it was a hold against Napa.
So the ball, though, very interesting play here as the ball is back about 8 yards. So do you take the 8-yard loss and have it be a 2nd and 18, or do you take the 10-yard penalty and have it be 1st and 20? Wouldn't be surprised if the Miners declined it. And they do decline it. So now a 2nd and 18. Cody Thompson, back to pass, rolls this way, being pursued, throws. That one should be intercepted, but it's not. Kind of fell in between the players. Josh Senna had a great shot at it, Paul.
He really did, and Thompson was rolling out to his right, throwing with his right hand, threw it into the hole where he thought that his receiver might be able to make a play on the ball. But you're right, that was a dangerous pass.
Well, and obviously Napa is keen on the pass here in this first series.
Napa is a very balanced offense, Jim. They both run and throw almost equally as much. Half of their touchdowns have come from the pass, half have come from the run.
So 3rd and 18. 2 wideouts near side. Handoff up the middle, not much yardage, maybe gets 3 or 4. And Jensen takes it for a very short gain, and that's going to bring 4th down and long and a kicking situation for the Indians.
And right there in the middle, that was number 10, Dan Pettinato, making the tackle for NU. He's been a standout all year long. If you've seen any of our games, you know Pettinato is always in the mix.
Niederberger and Chris Biertemple deep for Nevada Union. Here comes the rush, gets the kick away. This could be a good return. Does do the handoff to Niederberger, and he's got a sideline. He has one blocker that needs to throw a block. Touchdown, Miners! Eric Niederberger can't get it on the interception, but he does it on the punt return. And 1 minute and 36 seconds into the game, Nevada Union leads 6-0.
And give it to Eric Niederberger. Not only did he take that handoff, but the wall was perfectly set up to give him a sideline avenue all the way to the end zone.
You know, Paul, Biertemple did a great job there. He even fooled me. I thought he had kept the ball. Niederberger hiding it and went for the touchdown. Here's Maloney in for the extra point. Spotted, kicked. No good. Wide right. Uncharacteristic for Connor Maloney. So a look at the scoreboard with 10:24 to go in the first quarter. Nevada Union leads 6-0. Hey, Paul, quite a series there for Nevada Union, huh?
It certainly was. Well, first they had the opportunity to take the interception in. They had that brought back, and now perfect execution here. We're going to get a replay on this. You see them line up. There'll be a perfect wall set up. Here's the punt, and it's a squibber. But now, like you said, a very good execution on the handoff. They hide it well. But now you'll see the wall right here. 1, 2, 3. Right there, 4. What a great execution of a punt return by the NU Miners. That's a deserved touchdown.
Big block by Pettinato and Connor Clower being the guide dog for Niederberger into the end zone. And let's go down onto the sidelines to Michael Strong. Michael?
Thanks, Jim. And just to let you guys know, we talked about the weather tonight. Coach Humfer said he wasn't going to go away from their offense being a shotgun, and they're not going to go away from the pass. He said unless heavy rain or wind comes through, they're going to go with the pass and try to hit Napa early.
High and deep, carries to about the 1, to the 10, and that's about as far as he gets. And a nice play there on the tackle by Connor Clower.
Clower was all over the ball carrier, wasn't touched by a single offensive player.
And the Miners a very motivated bunch tonight. On the ball, quick and fast, and now here comes the second series for Cody Thompson and the Napa Indians. Throws over the middle, and that is incomplete. The ball is dropped, intended again for Cody Jensen.
Ball was thrown behind Jensen, turned around, looked like he made a one-handed catch, but apparently dropped it when he hit the ground.
And Chris Biertemple with a great hit there that dislodged that ball, so what would have been close to a first down becomes a 2nd and 10. And Paul really testing this Miner secondary early on.
They are, and they're throwing the football to the middle. They apparently have some kind of a feel that that's going to be open tonight.
Beer Temple again in coverage. Now throws it over here. Ball is bobbled, and 4 Miners converge on Zach Scheinholtz. And Miners all over the ball there. Dan Pettinato in on the tackle, along with number 45. Number 45, Cody Weiniger.
Let's talk about this Napa team a little bit, Jim. They are 5-5 football team this year. They were plagued early in the season by some significant injuries, and we'll talk about those a little bit later, but there's a lot of juniors on this team starting, and it's a talented football team.
3rd down and 9. Thompson in the shotgun. Here comes the rush. Throws over the middle, incomplete, and he had to have heard footsteps. Big Dan Pettinato quickly into the backfield, and Thompson had to have been thinking, I better get rid of this ball quick or I am going to be smashed. He was hit hard as it was, so another hurry caused by the Miner rush, and that brings up a 4th down and 9, and the Miners in, Paul, almost the identical position to what they were in the last punt.
Exactly right, Jim. You know, Cody Thompson is a junior, and he's taking the place. He started 5 games into the season. We'll watch him punt here. They're going to run.
And there's the punt. Beer Temple to take it. Gives it again to Niederberger.
They're set up.
Oh, and what a block!
They're set up again.
That's going to be a touchdown. And a block by Luca Festerol. Just about sent a player into the twilight zone. And the doctors come out on the field, and he is down. Justin Dowdle down on the field, and that's the Miners are ahead 12-0, and they have not run an offensive play.
And Jim, that could have been an instant replay of the previous punt. They set the wall up to the left side, and right down the sideline he went again. They didn't bite on the fake handoff this time, but the wall was set up so beautifully and executed perfectly.
Sean, cue that one up for us again. Down on the field, I believe, is number 11, Justin Dowdle. But if we have that on the replay, let's take a look at this.
So
now
again,
watch it. Watch your left lower part of the screen.
And let's see.
There it was right there.
And right down the sideline, there he goes. Again, the wall is set up. There's blockers to spare. They're out in front of him and escorting him into the end zone.
Zach Vallejo, number 38, and Niederberger. And
Niederberger's got to be loving this, Jim. He's got 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of a playoff game.
And what? Is there a penalty call here?
The only senior in that Napa backfield, so as far as leadership, it's really important. It's flag on the field.
I thought that was a good block, but...
You know, I did see a block in the back on that replay, but it was high up on the screen. Maybe we can take another look at it. So they're going to call that back.
So the officials finally making the call, and they're calling a block in the back by Nevada Union. And so here we go again. So an illegal block negates that.
Let's take another look, Jim.
If we can do that quickly.
No, right here above on the top of the screen, right there. The block in the back was really not significant as far as the play was concerned. But it was there, and a good call.
Miners dedicated to reducing the number of penalties this game, as it has plagued them all season, and 2 penalties have now taken 14 points off the board tonight. Back to pass. Looks like he'll have to scramble. Brogan Jantz. Now looks like he's going to get away, but is finally taken down by number 34, Stephen Denov.
And Jantz looked like he was doing the Watusi out there, stepping left, stepping right, doing what Brogan does so well, but finally rallied up. Couldn't find a receiver, Jim. It was more of a defensive sack than it was anything else.
Niederberger and Drew Hoskin check out on the play. 2nd down and long. It'll be 12. Has the man over here in the flat, throws it, it is complete. Breaks through the first man, first down Nevada Union.
Dan Pettinato.
Dan Pettinato had two receivers out there, had Kirby Hopper, and then also had Pettinato out there. So a first down by Nevada Union. Come out throwing here early. Second man through is Drew Hoskin.
He's gone.
And Hoskin is going to take it to the bank. Touchdown, Miners. A huge hole opened up for Drew Hoskin.
And when you need a horse, give it to Hoskins right over the right side. Perfectly executed play. Great blocking. Didn't have a touch on him all the way to the end zone.
I was going to say, Paul, I don't think anybody even touched him.
I don't think a hand laid on him, and he was beyond the line of scrimmage before everybody even knew he had the ball.
Connor Maloney lining up for the extra point. Spotted, kicked, and it is good. So a look at the scoreboard. With 8:16 to go in the first quarter, the Miners lead 13-0. Paul, it's hard to believe that we are only 3 minutes and 44 seconds into tonight's contest.
And here's a replay. Let's take another look. Hoskins, and he is so much fun to watch, Jim. I just love watching this guy run. Runs low to the ground, takes the handoff. Now look at that lane.
Stop it right there, Sean.
Look at the lane right through there.
And look at the hole that he just came through.
Now let's see if one player touches him, even one. I don't think he does. There's a great block out front.
He breaks through that hole, and he's off to the races.
I think that block was number 82, and that was Austin Marks. Terrific block there. So there's no question who the dominant team on the field is so far, Jim. NU is just handing Napa their head so far tonight.
Well, and you know, while it's dry, Paul, if it is going to rain or if it is going to snow, now's the time to get some points.
Absolutely true, and Napa knows they have to score if they're going to keep up with this game on this possession.
So that one is drilled high and deep. It'll come down at the 3, to the 10, to the 15. Tries to get outside, but is taken down out of bounds by Duncan Chappell with a little bit of help from Juan Espinoza.
So we'll see if Napa continues. Their offense is a little one-dimensional, Jim. Cody Jensen has so many touches and gets so much of the offense that I think they're going to have to try something a little different tonight. Maybe we'll see some screen passes, or maybe we'll see them try to hold on to the football for a while.
I wonder, Paul, if they'll be able to find anything that works. Handoff, short gain, and there goes the ball. And Nevada Union has the ball. Recovered for Nevada Union by Juan Espinoza.
And this is quickly turning into a nightmare for Napa. Fortunate to get their interception call back. Now, it was just a bad handoff, Jim. He didn't get that ball to him. I think that was the quarterback's fault.
Can you cue that one up quick for us there, Sean? And you'll see the ball stripped right out of. Okay, let's take a look here. We'll go to first play from scrimmage here for Nevada Union. So we're not 4 minutes into the game. The Miners, who kicked off, lead 13-0, and they have the ball again. And this is the Wildcat. Back to pass.
Hoskins.
There is Pettinato. Touchdown, Miners! Dan Pettinato and they're going to call it at the 1-yard line.
I think he touched down before he crossed the line, Jim, but who'd have thunk Drew Hoskins is going to throw a touchdown tonight, or darn near a touchdown.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is, and I don't know how much they'll unveil, but this is the most creative offensive scheme I've seen all season. Let's take a look here at
here's
the fumble.
Here's the fumble. Now watch, the quarterback doesn't get the ball to the runner. He has to stretch out one-handed, and he doesn't put the baby in the pocket. And that ball got stripped out quickly and easily.
So here's Nevada Union, first and goal at the 1. Man in motion. Gives it through. Touchdown, Nevada Union!
Almost a foregone conclusion. Knocking it in over the right side.
We are 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, and Nevada Union leads 19-0.
And I'll tell you what, people came a long way in the rain to come watch this game from Napa, California, and boy, they're not happy on the sideline in the white.
Maloney hoping to notch the 20th point, spotted, kicked, line drive, and good. So another look at the scoreboard with 7:40 to play, and that's right, the first quarter, 20-0.
Michael Strong, are you down there on the field?
We're right here. I tell you what, that punt return on the hit, you guys should have been on the field level. The sound of that, and I'm about 30 yards away from it, I could hear it loud and clear.
So what's the feeling down there? It's a lot of chatter down there on the sideline?
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of people along the sideline right now that are pretty fired up after every play that's happened. It's a complete excitement all the way down through here, just a buzz like no other, and even from the fan and everything, it's been great.
Miners were very prepared tonight, and they came into the game with great intensity. They feel like they are a team on a mission, and they want to start it off here in this first game of the playoffs.
And they have the music going right now for the cheerleaders, and I see some of the players directly behind them. They're moving around a little bit, too. They know they got the tiger by the tail.
So Maloney to kick off again. Hard to believe he has kicked off now 4 times tonight. We have not even played 5 minutes. High and deep at the 5, the 10, and cut down hard before he even reaches the 20.
That's Connor Clauser. Once again, we're saying his name a lot tonight, Jim. What a great tackle.
Unbelievable special teams play tonight. 2 punt returns for touchdowns, 1 called back, and on every kickoff the coverage has been exceptional.
So far, NU's played a flawless game.
So here comes the Indians again. Cody Thompson under center, and there's a flag on the play, and I think they're saying too many men. Looked like the referee was counting the number of players.
Well, that's understandable, Jim. They tried to sneak an extra guy on the field there.
Well, they did, and
if I was coaching, I'd try that, I think.
Cody Jensen actually comes out after that play, so another mistake. A 1st and 10 becomes a 1st and 15. So this game may go till midnight tonight, Paul.
It could, and it also could hit 50 points. Napa's got to figure out a way to score some points and to stop the offense of NU.
Single back offense. Back to pass, throws, incomplete. Poorly thrown ball by Thompson.
Thompson looked right at his receiver, and I don't know, even a good pass may not have resulted in many yards on that play.
Sawyer, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 15. And if Napa doesn't accomplish something on this drive, it may be out of control here early. Here's a sweep, but the Miner coverage is exceptional. Led by Brock Krause.
Krause coming over from his linebacker position. Jim, so far, they're plugging every single hole.
Napa has really nothing to play to.
I would guess, and I don't have these statistics, but I don't think they've gained more than maybe a total of 10 yards in all the series.
Well, that first series they had a couple of 1st downs, and then they had the 1 1st down by penalty on the defensive pass interference. And so here we go, 3rd and 15. And in the shotgun, back to pass, throws a short pass. That's complete, but far short of the 1st down. Excellent coverage again by Nevada Union.
And I'm surprised of that route, Jim. He didn't have nearly enough yardage for that 1st down. It was 3rd down. Now it's 4th down. You would think the receiver would run a route that would give them the opportunity to get past that stick.
Sawyer to kick. and back in their trademark spot at this point. And he runs a little bit and then gets off a terrible kick. But the ball has a nice roll to it. Finally, Beer Temple gets out of the way. And actually, that was their most effective kick of the evening.
So I guess the idea was to keep the ball out of Niederberger's hands, run it along the ground. And
that might have been wise. That might have been the best thing to do.
He kicks a gopher killer there, and it gets past everybody, and they don't have an option to return it.
However, in watching the Miners through their walkthroughs today, this offensive scheme that they have is very ingenious tonight, and so far Napa hasn't had an answer for it at all. Back to pass over the middle, again to Pettinato, and that's complete. The big horse with a first down.
And Brogan Jans doing what Brogan Jans does every week, throwing an absolute strike into the numbers of Pettinato.
So Pettinato, with a full ride to the University of Arizona, picks up another first down unless there's a penalty for Nevada Union, and it looks like there is. Didn't see a flag on the field.
Let's see what this is. They're talking to Jance on the field. It is going to be against NU.
It's a 15-yarder, so let's see what they're going to call here. Shot block. Block below the waist against Nevada Union. So a 1st and 10 becomes a 1st and 25. So Jance has his first major challenge ahead of him offensively. 5:58 to go in the first quarter. Miners ahead 20-0. Man in motion. Gives it to Hoskin. Hoskin trying to get through the right side. Turns the corner. Needs one block. Cuts back inside. And he stepped out of bounds on the far side of the field, but the Miners pick up their 25 yards on one play.
And they do it with a running play, Jim. A simple sweep play to the right side. I just love to watch Drew Hoskin run. This kid has got acceleration and moves that you just don't expect to see from a kid his size.
And another penalty against Nevada Union.
It's a personal foul.
A personal foul against the Miners. And so a 1st and 25 will, and I'll tell you, this is a killer for Nevada Union. They're picking up penalty-wise where they left off last week. And the big criticism, the thing that they wanted to correct this week, were the penalties, and so far here we haven't even played 7 minutes, and the Miners have had 30 yards in penalties on this drive alone. So now a 1st and 27, back to pass, throws here and over the head of Bear and incomplete.
This Ryan Dewar, the defensive back, giving an awful lot of room and respect. I believe that was Jason Slade out there, Jim.
Well, the pass receiver was Jason Abert.
But he had lots of time to make his move. Defensive back couldn't make up that ground that fast.
So 2nd and long. Drew Hoskin again, but no gain on that one. Maybe a yard or two, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. And we're going to have to see what Brogan Jance has in his bag of tricks. Weather holding off nicely here. A steady downpour during most of the day here in Nevada County, but stopped about 2 hours before game time. And with this field with such great drainage, field really in good condition. 3rd and long. Handoff this side. Niederberger gets the block. Acceleration down the sidelines. Doesn't look like there's a flag. Touchdown, Miners! Eric Niederberger on a 3rd and 25.
His 3rd touchdown tonight. Eric Niederberger having a career day. And he went down the sideline, Jim. It looked something like the punt return. Good lineup, great blocking downfield, and acceleration. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Unbelievable.
The NU Miners are dominating the
Ball spotted,
Indians.
kicked, and good.
Wow, Luda Funk.
Wow, so the Miners at 27-0 with 4:45 to go in the first quarter. And, I hate to say it, but...
Yeah, this is looking like a rout here early here,
Should we
Jim.
just stop the telecast and watch the game? I mean, have we seen it already tonight?
I don't know. I mean, should they be warming up the bus and heading back to Napa already? 27 points.
I'm going to tell you an indication of how big the lead is. Mark Hauser, who does the announcing, he just left.
Well, let me tell you this. Points per game by Napa. They average...
He's not. He's eating a cob of corn over there from the stands.
Here's a replay. Watch this. Now, he turns the corner. Here's Niederberger, and he's very patient, getting his block right in front of him there. And now he
Might have called that block there. But.
Well, I think he turned his back is the reason. He didn't hit him in the back. He turned his back. But Niederberger is smelling it tonight. Taking it to the barn.
Niederberger is a man possessed. 2 touchdowns with 2 called back.
Yeah.
High and not too deep at the 9. To the 15. Gingerly stepping through. Nice hit. Late block by Nevada Union. I'm surprised with as edgy as these officials are that they didn't throw a flag on that. Devin Grimes with the tackle. Sebastian Sawyer on the return.
So let's see if the Indians, Jim, can put something together here. Let me put this into perspective. All year long, the Indians have averaged 30 points a game. So they need to now score 27 just to tie this game up. This is going to be a long road for the Indians.
Well, not only that, but they've had an awful hard time moving the ball. Handoff, nice gain on the play. Good hit, but Sebastian Sawyer, and a flag comes in late, and I think it's going to be against Nevada Union.
Flag that late in the backfield. Let's see what they're going to have.
Zach Vallejo, the call is against, and
it looks
would
like
be interesting to be listening to Dave Humphers right now.
It was unsportsmanlike conduct was the call, 15 yards. The Miners have a 27-point lead, Jim, but they can't let Napa back into this game.
Well, they may have a 27-point lead, but I would happen to think that they're close to 70 yards in penalties, and we've got 4:30 left in the first quarter.
You can get away with that when you're scoring this kind of points, but I'll tell you what, you get further into the playoffs, they ain't going to cut it.
So, right down in front of us now, the Napa Indians on a 1st and 10. Back to pass. Throws over the middle. Poorly thrown ball, and that's incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was close, Jim. If they had instant replay, they'd look at that one closely. I think he cradled that ball with his hands.
Well, Chris Biertemple on the defense almost made the interception. Ruled that the ball skipped into his body, and so that will bring up a 2nd and 10.
If Napa's going to throw the football, they've got to be much more accurate. They need to be running patterns that are shorter, and that's something that they can hit perhaps over the middle or in the flats.
So a 2nd and 10. Jensen in the backfield, and he will take the ball. Miners close it up quickly. Gets a yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Paul, let's take a look whether that was an interception or not.
Okay, let's see. I thought he cradled the ball with his hands. Let's see if we can tell from the replay. There it is, and...
that ball bounced. That was a good call.
Did. Sure enough was.
So that will bring up a 3rd down and 9, and the most benevolent thing happening is that the clock is running, 3:48 to go in a first quarter of total domination by Nevada Union. If it weren't for their penalties, this probably would be worse. So 3rd and long. There's the pass, or the pitch, but Dan Pettinato is in right away to take down Cody Jensen, and nothing other than penalties is working for the Indians.
And Pettinato dominating his position in the backfield. He was back in the backfield almost 5 yards to make that play. But you know, Jim, the Indians aren't doing anything as far as deception. It is a straight pitch, a straight handoff. There's no deception in their backfield at all.
Very predictable.
Very predictable.
High snap. And the ball dies at about the 28 of Nevada Union. And so with 2:51 to go in the first quarter, Nevada Union leads 27-0. So, believe it or not, it's taken approximately 45 minutes to play this first quarter, and there's still 2:51 left.
They're in their hurry-up.
Here's Jantz. Hoskin in motion. Back to pass. Throws over. Nice reception on the play by Duncan Chappell. Gets some extra yardage. Taken down out of bounds. First down, Nevada Union.
And you know what we're seeing, Jim? We're seeing bad tackling coming from Napa. That was
poor coverage.
Poor and bad tackling.
Poor defense on the rush. Poor tackling. Poor special teams play.
The uniforms are nice.
So a 1st and 10. This is going to be a pass. Throws complete. Pettinato, first down Nevada Union, into Indian territory at the 46-yard line of Napa. So another first down for Nevada Union, seemingly able to move the ball at will. They got first downs on 2 1st and 27 plays on their last drive. One of them didn't count because there was a penalty that took it back again. But so back to pass again. Now he's going to have to scramble. Thinks about taking off. Needs to get a block. Does get it. Now is going to be closed in on and now takes off. Gets just about to the 40-yard line. Had one player to beat, but Brad Forster makes the tackle.
Once again, we see what Jantz loves to do, and that's move out of the pocket. He is so tough to tackle. And this is not just Napa. Every team that ever faces Brogan Jantz, he's as slippery as a seal coming out of the water.
Jason Slade checks out for Nevada Union, and in comes Zach Vallejo. Handoff. This is to Vallejo. Vallejo gets the first down and still driving. Indians having a hard time of taking him down. Vallejo, a huge running back for Nevada Union. When he is in the mix, the defense usually has a very difficult time.
He adds a whole new dimension, doesn't he, Jim? When Vallejo's in the backfield, they can run straight up the middle and just use his power. Right side, left side, it really doesn't make any difference. Vallejo's good for a couple of yards every play.
Inside a minute 18 seconds in the first quarter. Man in motion. Jason Slade running close to first down yardage. May be a little short, and he is. They're signaling second down. Miners seemingly, Paul, able to move the ball at will.
It doesn't really make any difference where they're running. They seem to have dominance on the offensive line. They're blowing holes open, Jim. As soon as Slade got that ball, he was thinking touchdown.
And Duncan Chappell comes on in. Here near side, Miners will have to get at least one more play off in this first quarter. Jans back to pass. Now will run. If they seal off that side, he's going to run for a touchdown. And they do seal it off. Hurdles one player, gets inside the 10 to about the 8, and that probably will be the last play of the first quarter.
And you know, Jim, what's on Brogan Jantz's mind. He's seen Niederberger get 3 tonight. He says, I'm going to get myself one.
And let's go ahead and take a look at that last play. Look at the scramble.
And there's Jantz. You're right. He had a lane open, hurdled that one defender, almost got in. He's strong.
And the Miners get a playoff before the end. Up the middle, trying to find his way inside the 5, down to about the 3, still rumbling. Might have gotten an extra yard to the 2, wasn't about to be taken down. And that is mercifully the end of the first quarter as Niederberger has the final carry. So we have played one here at Hooper Stadium, and Nevada Union on the wings of 4 touchdowns, 2 additional touchdowns called back, lead 27-0.
After the end of the first quarter, Jim, you're right about one thing. This could easily get out of control. It's almost out of control as it is now. We're not seeing Napa with any evidence of any offense. And let's face it, their defense isn't doing much of a job either.
Well, let's take it a step further. The Miners kicked off so they get the ball to start the second half. And as the second quarter begins, the Miners have the ball at, it looks like, about the 4-yard line on a 2nd and goal that, if they're successful in converting, may very well take the score to 34-0.
That's so true. They're huddling on the other side of the field. You can see the Napa Indians coming together. There they are, coming together, trying to figure something out. If you're a coach at this level right now, you're just trying to keep some momentum, some essence of the idea that they can get themselves back into this. Let's keep our character. Let's keep our team together. We fought hard to get into the playoffs. Let's not go down like this.
Well, with that said, they have not shown much evidence of life tonight.
Yeah, this is true. And
neither offensively nor defensively. And here is a 2nd and goal. We'll call it from the 5. Man in motion is Niederberger. Takes the ball down to about the 2. Maybe at the 3. We'll take a look. And that's going to be a 3rd down. So 3rd and goal from the 3.
So will Niederberger get a chance to get his 4th touchdown in this half of football? We'll see.
Has Slade to his right. Niederberger again in motion. Fakes it. Now cuts up the middle. Touchdown, Miners! Brogan Jantz takes it himself, and he's into the end zone to take it to 33-0.
I think that was an option play, but I think Brogan had an idea from the start that he was going to take that ball in.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Coach John Keith before the game, and we saw one of those options, and I said to him, Brogan keeps it 10% of the time, or 90% of the time, and Coach Keith said more like
95% of the time.
So Connor Maloney in, the kick is good, and we are 41 seconds into the second quarter, and Nevada Union leads 34-0.
And we're seeing the sidelines as a jubilation going on there. Everybody fired up on the NU sideline, and why not? 34-0 at the beginning of the second quarter. Jim, driving here today, I never thought we'd see this.
Well, you know, let me put it in context. I'm not sure that this Napa team is that bad, although they traveled the distance to get here, and I wonder how defeated they might have felt before they ever arrived. However, I think that Nevada Union is just not to be stopped, and like I said, Paul, I'll say it the 3rd time, this offensive scheme tonight is a It is an extraordinary offensive team that they brought out.
It's a juggernaut. And it's flawless execution, Jim. I can't say this often enough. How do you return 2 punts in the same quarter? Execution. Beautifully set up, excellent blocking, and on defense, they're tackling well.
And so Maloney, absolutely no wind. The flag is totally limp on the far side of the field to our right.
And the rain has held off so far.
Which would be fortunate. The storm watch was in effect until 10 p.m. tonight by the National Weather Service, and we may not be over by 10. We'll have to see. High and deep. Up the middle. Hits a number of minors. And taken down on the play is Jeremy Gonzalez, but and that was Sebastian Sawyer on the return for the Indians. And, you know, I could see this going one of two ways. Either when they get to 50, the clock continues to run, or with it being a playoff game, you know, do they run the clock since it's a first round section or Division I championship game? Handoff up the middle, but no yardage at all.
No
Again,
hold
the
there.
defense, he's not tackled by one player. He's got Gabe Humphers in there on the tackle and a number of Nevada Union tacklers.
So here's the return here. We got a replay. Let's take a look here. And we'll see.
And look at by the face mask.
Yeah.
But the officials didn't see that one. They didn't quite. They see all the ones against Nevada Union, but, you know, they missed that one. Back to pass, throws behind the receiver, incomplete, very poorly thrown ball. I don't know whether it was meant for Travis Kelham.
And Travis never turned around and looked for the ball. He was already thinking that he was going to get out in front and go for the long ball, but that ball was thrown prematurely. Or perhaps it was a missed pattern.
Kraus defending on the play, Brock Kraus. And with 10:30 to go in the second quarter, Napa at 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation, back to pass. Here comes the rush, thrown, and that is complete, but a sure tackle over on that far sideline by Nevada Union brings them up short. Nice play by Brock Kraus again.
And again, the receiver doesn't get enough yardage, Jim, to get the first down. He's going to be short by 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and 2.
And so does Napa go for it here. Pettinato comes up on in.
I don't know how they can not go for it, Jim. They're down 34 points. They got to get something going.
And so a fired up Nevada Union defense. Let's see if they can hold here. And it could be a hard count. Let's see what happens. Miners don't want to jump, but there's the handoff.
They're going to get it. He's gone.
And there he goes. He gets through the Miners. That's going to be a touchdown, Indians.
And the Indians get on the board. Number 21, that's Sebastian Sawyer, working his way through the line, Jim. I think that the defense thought he was bottled up. They all relaxed, and next thing you know, he just releases, and he's gone. There was nobody in the back to even chase him.
So the Indians make it 34-6. And the fans over the Indian faithful on the far side of the field
finally have something to yell about.
Finally. Jonathan, and that ball is blocked. Jonathan Duma in for the extra point, which is no good. So we'll look at the scoreboard. 9:34 to play in the second quarter, and Nevada Union leads 34-6.
Sebastian Sawyer doing what he does. Running back, 5'11", 200 pounds. The senior finally gets the Indians on the scoreboard. mercifully on the scoreboard. There's a line score there.
And so it will even be interesting to see how the Indians kick off here.
9:34. Here's our replay,
Let's
Jim.
take a look at that last play, Paul.
Now watch them bottle up, Jim, and you see everybody relax on defense. He hits the line, and he gets his first down. Some good blocking up front. Everybody stood up. And then right here, he just finds himself. It looks like maybe he bounced to the outside, but there's no safety back here, no defensive back.
Nobody near him.
Yep. Everybody had cheated up. And there he goes. Sebastian Sawyer.
So Napa on the board. Beer Temple deep. Along with it looks like Drew Hoskin. And so here we go. A squib kick. And the Miners fall on it there.
That was Dan Agnes.
Agnes.
Thank you. Agnes falling on the ball before it can bounce away from him.
So the Miners will have it at the 33. They have not been stopped yet tonight. They lead 34-6. And we are only in the second quarter. In fact, barely in the second quarter. 2 minutes and 28 seconds in. And back to pass. Now he's going to have to run. Gets by the first man. Gets by the second, almost. But then is taken down on the play by Sebastian Sawyer, the same player who just scored the touchdown for the Indians.
Gain of about 3 yards on the play. I don't think that was a play intended to be run by the quarterback, but he just saw the opening and took off.
So second down, man in motion. Jantz again, or excuse me, Hoskin. It was from the Wildcat, and Hoskin runs for the first down.
You know, Jim, Hoskin is the perfect Wildcat quarterback. He is good, and we already saw him throw a very accurate pass tonight.
First pass of the season.
But he can stand back there, and he can let his offensive line do the work. He can see when the hole opens up and then pick his way, or he can pitch the ball back.
Hurry up offense by the Miners. Handoff. This is Kirby Hopper. Kirby does not get much yardage, and in fact, he fumbled the ball.
Fumble, and they're going to say it's going to go to Napa.
It goes to Napa. So a turnover by the Miners punctuates their first unsuccessful drive of the night.
I believe you're right, Jim. I think it's the first time they didn't score all night on any kind of a drive.
In fact, they've scored 2 touchdowns that were called back. Let's take another look at that one.
There's the ball on the ground. I didn't see exactly what happened there. So the Indians,
first and 10.
They got a chance here to get something going.
Back to throw. Throws long. Good coverage and incomplete. Pass intended for Zach Scheinholz.
And, you know, that was the wrong receiver. He had Widryer wide open on the short route.
And Beer Temple on defense. So let's take another look at the fumble here, and there's the ball.
Popping right out there.
And all Niederberger can do is watch. So a 2nd and 10.
If you're the coach, you're talking to Cody Thompson, you're saying be patient. Don't go for the home run ball. He had the short man. He needs to hit that short man.
Goes to run, but the Miners' defense is right there. Maybe he got it. Maybe Thompson got a yard on the play.
Michael Strong, you're down on the field.
I tell you what, it's cooled off tonight. You know the difference between these two teams, it's like night and day. Nevada Union has come out very physical. Nevada Union has been very physical with Napa tonight, and they've somewhat crumbled. So far, though, here late, or, well, not really late, it just seems like it's late here in the second quarter, Napa has been able to put together a little bit of momentum. But unfortunately, I think it's just a little bit too late. Nevada Union will eventually get the ball back, and they're probably going to put up about 2 or 3 more scores tonight.
So a face mask, the 5-yard variety, against the Indians, and that will bring up a 2nd down and 15. Miners actually without a sack so far tonight. Here comes the rush, throws, and it's incomplete. Almost has to unload it. The intended receiver was C.J. Cunningham. But again, Thompson really pursued, very rushed.
He was. Out of the shotgun, he had very little time, but Thompson is looking right at his receivers. He had 2 receivers to the right. He didn't look over the field. He's not looking off these linebackers at all. I think he's still looking for that big play to try to get something going here. Right now he needs 14 yards.
So 3rd down. 2 receivers near side. And movement. And
let's see if they call it.
Yeah, let's see what they call.
I think they're going to call it on the offense. I think it's offensive. Yeah.
Offsides, Nevada Union.
Encroachment. Yeah, the right defensive end did jump into the neutral zone, but...
So 8 minutes still to go in the 2nd quarter. C.J. Cunningham here near side, throws over the middle, and it is to Cunningham, but he is tackled almost immediately after catching the ball, and a flag comes in on the play.
This is becoming a flagathon, Jim. Seeing so many penalties here early.
And let's see what we've got here. Wow, personal foul against Nevada Union. 15 yards.
Yikes! I'd like to know the total number of penalty yards against Nevada Union tonight.
It's got to be a pretty high number, and we haven't played
a half of football yet.
No. Well, the interesting part, we've only played 16 minutes.
Well, like I said earlier, later on into the playoffs, this is not going to cut it.
Back to pass, throws, and it's complete. 1st down for Nevada Union. Nice reception on the play by David Waldryer.
Waldryer cutting the pattern off short. That was the pattern I saw earlier. Wide open, nobody around him. And Thompson makes a nice throw on the run.
So a 1st and 10, and penalties by Nevada Union have allowed the Indians to drive this ball down the field. And the Miners will take him down for a loss. That will be recorded as a sack.
That was a little deception that time. He was going to try on the bootleg, I think, Jim. He put the ball on his hip and was hoping that the fake would draw all the defenders off, and nothing doing.
That was Zach Sims on the carry.
So let's see what they can do here. 2nd down and 13. Indians really need to get in the end zone.
Handoff. And again, not much yardage on the play. Sebastian Sawyer on the carry.
In there on the tackle was Pettinato. Not surprising, coming up from the bottom of the pile, Dan Pettinato.
And that'll make it a 3rd down and 13.
I noticed on the roster tonight, Jim, that Dominic Pettinato, who looks like a sophomore, is suited up, and they've given him number 10 as well.
Well, I guess if number 10 has any play, we can say Pettinato's involved in it.
Sometime or another.
So 3rd down. Fakes the handoff and throws incomplete. Nobody is even there on the play. Cody Thompson gets rid of it before he gets smashed. And that's going to be a 4th down and 11.
And at this point, I can't imagine they won't go for it. And if they have a kicker, they might try to kick a field goal, but I don't I don't see them.
Based on their one conversion that they've had, I would say they're probably going to go for it. The Miners expecting the pass on 4th down, in a position to really tee off on Thompson. Back to pass, throws. Ball is bobbled and then incomplete. Niederberger in defensively on the play. Does a great job of stripping the ball away, and the Miners take over the ball on downs.
It was David Wheeldryer again. And in the pattern, not able to hold on to the football.
So let's see how the Miners do here. They're going to have to drive 70-some yards. And so Jantz at quarterback in the shotgun. Man in motion. Gives it to him. Good play. Breaking into the open. This is Hoskin, and finally taken down inside Indian territory at their 42-yard line. Another big gain tonight by Drew Hoskin.
Boy, nothing stopping Drew Hoskin tonight. And tonight's not unlike a lot of nights we've seen Hoskin. Running wild tonight, though, not able to find a hole that he doesn't like.
We'd like to remind you that at the conclusion of tonight's contest, we'll be announcing the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game. So stay tuned after our broadcast for the Nevada Union Player of the Game. Hoskin again in motion, but this time back to pass, and there's the referee. And I guess they called it a lateral, which it was not.
No, that was definitely a forward pass. In fact, I got the sense that Jantz might have been throwing that ball away, Jim.
Well, that was a forward pass. Why would there be confusion? Why wouldn't one of these officials be able to see that that was a forward pass? I don't get it.
Well, the back picked the ball up, and he ran as if it was a lateral.
I guess he had to. But the official right in the way of Brogan Jantz, he had to duck so he didn't get beamed. And back to pass, now looking over the middle, throws, and it's incomplete. Thrown a little bit high for Dan Pettinato. Let's take a look. We got it on replay. Let's take a look at that.
It's kind of a broken play,
So there he is, back to pass. Look at this. Now watch. Tell me this isn't a forward pass. He throws it from the 45 to the 47. Well, the referee again asleep at the switch. Somebody bring us a new crew. Back to pass. Throws, open, complete. First down, Miners.
And the Miners continue to dominate the field on both sides.
The only thing that could have made that call worse, Paul, would have been if he had thrown his flag like he has so many times tonight.
No, maybe if he had hit him in the head. And he had,
yeah.
Well,
if it had hit him in the head and then deflected to a Napa player, knocked him on, it'd be like a WWE event. So 1st and 10, back to football. There's a handoff. And a short gain on the play by Dan Agnes.
Jantz with the reverse pivot that time, handing off to Agnes. I thought he actually was going to get a chance to find a hole there, but good tackle in the middle by number 43 from the Indians, Michael Stewart.
Paul, you want some good news?
I'm listening.
3 minutes, 30 seconds to go, second quarter.
Mercifully. Right off the left side.
And Jason Slade, not much of a gain. He gets it down to the 27. So that's going to be a 3rd and long. Probably brings up a passing play for the Miners, although don't count on it with the way the running game has worked tonight.
I'm going to bet it's going to be off tackle Hoskins. Let's see.
Man in motion. Back to pass. Big rush. Ooh, ducks and gets away. He's going to really have to jive on this one.
He's going to get rid of it. He does.
And it's a completion to Pettinato. Pettinato grinding to the 5. First down, Miners.
And have you ever seen a combination, Brogan Jans to Dan Pettinato? We see it over and over every week. And, you know, as sure-handed as Pettinato is, he's also a huge target in the middle of the field. Easy to find by a scrambling quarterback.
And Jans creates a situation where there's so much time, Paul, that the receivers have a real advantage to be able to get open.
They can find that seam in the zone and sit themselves down and just wait for him to look up and find him.
Rolls right, throws, Pettinato.
Is that Pettinato?
Touchdown, Miners!
Yes, it is, Dan Pettinato. And again, another superbly thrown pass right over the left shoulder of Dan Pettinato into the end zone.
Well, it took that one official a long time to signal a touchdown. I thought maybe he'd reach for a penalty flag.
So if you're a Division I college coach watching this game, check out this quarterback, Brogan Jans.
And Pettinato and Eric Niederberger.
Pettinato's already taken. They're not going to get him.
And it's good. 2:09 to go. Second quarter. Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union 41. Napa 6.
And every championship team has skilled players like Brogan Jans. And just to watch this guy play, he is controlling the backfield. If he's not doing it with his arm, he's doing it with his leg. Brogan Jans, I'm going to stand up and applaud one more time, but 41 points, Jim, in the first half.
Okay, Paul, I know we're not at halftime yet, but we're going to have a hard time picking player of the game tonight.
Yeah.
This may be a telling second half.
Player of the game, who does, yeah.
I remember when John Madden used to pick player of the game, there were some nights that he picked two players.
Some nights he'd pick a whole offense.
Yeah, that's true.
Then they put their picture on a trailer or something, if I recall.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, they got a turkey or something at Thanksgiving. Well, I'll tell you, the only turkey, unfortunately, I must say, might be owned by the Indians tonight.
Well, in the Thanksgiving tradition, the Indians playing the Miners. And, well, you know, Thanksgiving, Indians.
And Miners?
Now think, what if the Miners, instead of calling them the Miners, what if they were called the Pilgrims?
The Pilgrims, or the Cowboys, for crying out loud. Whatever.
Well, that's not in keeping with Thanksgiving.
It's not.
So Connor Maloney to kick off again. High and deep. Comes down at the 3. Up to the 10. The 20. Up
He's
the
open.
middle.
He's got some room.
Maloney is there, and Maloney will take him down again, as he has many times this season. But there is a penalty flag at the 18-yard line, and a block below the waist is going to be called on the Indians, and it is going to take it back to the 9.
Wow, that's heartbreaking. They get a little something going.
Not only is it heartbreaking, but the ball returner is still on the field.
And I can't see a number from here, but the coach is over him. They're going to pick the flag up now. It looks like they're going to pick that flag up. They're waving the flag, so...
You have got to be kidding me.
Easy, Jim. Hold on. I'm going to get a wet towel here. Hold on, Jim.
They called the foul. They signaled it as a block below the waist. You saw it, didn't you, Paul?
And then the same official went back and picked it up and waved it off.
Criticize any referees and stuff, but when you see things like this, why would a flag like that be picked up when it was called?
You know, when you've got a guy that throws the flag himself, signals the foul, and then decides to pick it up, you know, that seems a little inept.
Yeah, you got to wonder. And maybe he got some help from another one of the officials. It's hard to say. You don't see that happen all that often. A flag picked up sometimes by committee, they're picked up.
But how about the guy that threw it?
Decides after the fact, after he makes the call, that he's going to pick the flag up and wave it off. Well, you know, at 41-6, I don't think it's going to be a critical play.
I think these officials are in the twilight zone.
You know, guys, I think actually they just got the wrong blue and gold mixed up. They realized that it was the Napa blue and gold and had to pick it up.
That could be, Michael. That could very well be. You know, Michael, why don't you wander down to the sideline and maybe you can figure out what's going on. Get a sense for what the players are talking about there on the NU side.
Well, I'm sure the players are just not going to play anymore because it doesn't really matter. Anything they do is a penalty.
And there's the Miners taking the tackling way in the backfield, Sebastian Sawyer. There will be a short gain on the play of 2 yards. And
clock continues
is
to
running.
run.
Mercifully, 1:36 to go in a whitewash of a first quarter, but the officials wish to give Napa a little bit more time, so they take an official timeout and they allow Sawyer to readjust his helmet, and that also gives Cody Thompson an opportunity to go over to the bench and get the call. And so it's a 2nd down and 8. And back to pass. Throws long, and that is a completion taken at incomplete.
Oh, that ball was caught in bounds. We could see that from here. I'm surprised. They're going to call that. Oh, he must have dropped the ball after he
did.
After he went out of bounds.
I
That was
think
the
he
best
was-
throw tonight by Thompson,
Yeah,
far
it
and
was,
away.
really.
Yeah. Thompson moving to his right, threw a perfect pass into the pocket. Unfortunately, his receiver couldn't rally it up.
So that's a 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 9.
Let's take a look real quick. We're going to see a quick replay here, see if he caught that ball. See how nicely it's put in the pocket there.
Watch it come out at the end. There it was. Back to live action. Now 3rd and long. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Heavy hit and incomplete.
Off the hands. That's number 80 for the Indians.
Juan Espinoza just about had the opportunity to undress Thompson, and on that incompletion, it's 4th down, and the Miners will get the ball back with 1:18 to go here in the first half, and the only question may be, can they score another 6 points before the intermission? And a bad snap.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Miners chasing it. Picks it up.
He's got
Gets away. But now is taken down at the 21-yard line. And with 1:08 to go, Nevada Union will take over the ball, leading 41-6 at Napa's 22-yard line.
When it goes bad, it really goes bad, Jim. A bad snap from center. Fielded. For a second there, it looked like he might have gotten some room and had a chance to get away for a long gainer because half of the Nevada Union team was down chasing the ball. Had he gotten past that, he might have had some room. But
barring a turnover, the Miners will, at minimum, get a chance at a field goal. Back to pass. Over the middle for the end zone. Touchdown, Miners!
And who is that, Jim? Is that Slade in the back there that caught that?
No, it's Jake Tilley.
Jake Tilley.
The big Jakester with a catch there.
The
and
junior.
So Tilley makes the catch for his first touchdown of the season. You know, he did a good job running that route and did a good job receiving that ball. Miners up 47-0. Maloney out again for an extra point. Hoskin holding, spotted, kicked. Good.
48.
So I think that took the Miners 4 seconds on the first play. And could you please erase me saying that barring a turnover, they'll at least have a chance for a field goal? It took them 4 seconds to rack up another 6 points, and it's 49-6.
And I'll tell you, Jake Tilley getting his first touchdown of the season, like you said, Jim, but the ball was perfectly placed. An old fat guy like me running a pattern, if I can get that much room, Brogan Jantz is going to find a way to get me that football. So we're watching the rappers on the sideline now, and the girls jumping around. I mean,
they're doing the ice cream and cake, Paul. Have you never done this dance?
I've never even heard this, Jantz. I'm a
You
little
haven't
embarrassed
heard
that
it?
I can't tell you that I have. But I'll
you
tell you.
need to drink some Geritol.
You know what? In 48-6, I'm going to need maybe something to keep me awake here. This is getting out of hand.
Here's the postscript. Barring Nevada Union getting the ball again here in the first half, they get the ball to start the second half.
Yikes.
So Maloney again to kick off. He's going to have to ice his leg tonight. High and deep. Napa bringing it up. Gets away. Maloney again there. Flag flies way in. And Maloney with the tackle again. His second of the night.
And that's Zach Seinholz. And he got himself a little bit of room there. That looks like they're going to send him backwards.
And a total oddity. A penalty against Napa.
Hey, Jim, is there a backup kicker for Nevada Union just in case Connor is a little
I
bit
was
too
just
wore
saying,
out?
Michael, that he's going to have to ice his leg at halftime.
Okay, let's take a look at the touchdown. We do have that on replay. Let's take a look at it real quick. Now watch how beautifully this ball is thrown in here. He doesn't have more than one body's worth of room.
But Tilly does a good job receiving, and it'll be interesting to see if this Indian team just takes a knee here.
No chance.
Handoff. Far side, Sawyer with the ball. He gets hit and goes down. And Napa will have to make one more play at least here in the first half before the clock expires. Miners with a huge first quarter, complemented by an impressive second quarter, and they are up 48-6.
Coming off the field now, number 2 for NU, it's Fike.
So here it is, and movement, and that will be a penalty. 10.8 seconds to go in the first half.
It's a false start. It'll march him backwards.
Don't think it will make much difference. And so, no, I don't think there will be another play in the first half, and there will not. We are at halftime at Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union leading 48-6, and the only thing really in question is how large this lead will be by the conclusion of the game. An all first half for Nevada Union, with the exception of one rushing play for the Napa Indians, and the Miners in the first half, Paul, take away the penalties, which I guess you really can't, but take away the penalties, and it was just all Nevada Union.
Really, what makes you say that, Jim? I didn't get that. I'm watching the same game you are. Jim, it's been, I don't think anybody thought this was going to happen from the beginning. You look at the stats of these two teams, and they're really pretty close. Napa, as you said earlier, is not a bad football team. They're really not. Now, they've had a few injuries during the season. They had Boyette go down, and they had Hess go down early, so they are playing with a quarterback that they weren't expecting to play with, but they're a 5-5 football team. And basically, they didn't show up tonight. They haven't shown anything on offense. They haven't shown anything on defense.
Very lethargic performance.
Pretty lethargic and disappointing. People in the stands and the coaching staff. You can see the players as they're walking to halftime. They got their helmets in their hands and they've got their shoulders down. So
pretty balanced offense by Nevada Union. 27 first half points. You notice 21 in the second half. Miners with one fumble in the second quarter, and that killed a drive there, and by Kirby Hopper on the fumble. And so had the Miners been able to convert on that one drive, they would have outscored their first quarter by 1 point at 28. But as it is right now, 48-6, and you kind of have to wonder what we have in store for the balance of this contest, Paul. So we'll be back with more halftime comments. We'd like to remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Welcome to Citizens Bank of Northern California. Hi, I'm Gary Gall, President and CEO. At Citizens Bank, we like to take the mystery out of banking. Started 15 years ago by community leaders, Citizens Bank has grown to 7 branches to serve you. We at Citizens Bank all want to congratulate our sports teams for a job well done, the athletes, coaches, and their families. And we wish you the best of luck in the postseason. Citizens Bank of Northern California. Your community, your bank.
Welcome to We've Got Scrubs. My name is Christine Pickering. We've Got Scrubs supplies medical scrubs, shoes, and accessories to the medical profession. Our local store offers a full range of products from major manufacturers. We've Got Scrubs is proud to carry scrub uniforms such as Cherokee, Dickies, Landau, and Barco. We carry all sizes and styles for our male and female customers. We are always looking at complementing our scrub uniform line for your professional needs because we've got scrubs.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
BNC is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. They carry everything you need. In their garden center, you'll find a complete nursery along with expert advice on trees, shrubs, perennials, and garden enhancements. They're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at BNC True Value Home and Garden Center in the Fowler Center, Grass Valley.
Ridiculous. So here we are back at halftime at Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union leading in this first game of the CIF Sectional Championship 48-6, and we are fortunate enough to have up in our broadcast booth Mike Bratton and Matt Botham, Botham. And you know, Mike, we are just a few days away from the fourth annual Turkey Trot. It's going to happen right here at Hooper Stadium.
Yes, it's Thanksgiving morning, and it will be the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot. And bright and early, rain or shine, but predicted good blue sky weather, and so it's grown every year, Jim. And last year we had 1,400 people here, and we don't know whether we'll have 15, 16, 1,700 people here, but it's a run walk. It's a sanctioned Grand Prix race, which means there will be runners here that it's important for them to do well in the 5K or 10K race. But we also have 50% of the people here that just come out as families and walk and support the cause for the memory of my son Michael, who took his life 4 years ago. And the message that we're bringing forward is that suicide is not okay, and we're here just to help promote the awareness of suicide and depression, really, that depression is no more than just a sickness like any other cancer, Jim, and that there are warning signs, and we've learned so much, of course, since then, but it's not something to be swept under the rugs or hidden. It's something to be talked about, something that you can go out and get help for, Jim, through counseling or medications. And so there's so much going on in this community right now with suicide prevention, suicide awareness, depression awareness, and so we're trying to turn this thing around because we are one of the leading counties in the state when it comes to suicide, and that's not a good statistic that we want to be. With me is Matt Botham, and Matt was one of Michael's best friends, and they're the ones that actually had the idea of doing the turkey trot to begin with.
Matt, tell us a little bit about why you thought the turkey trot would be a good remembrance of Michael II.
Well, like Mike had said, Michael and I had been good friends for a long time, played a lot of sports together all through high school, and he was a brother to me, and Mike and his family have been a family to me, and Mike and Robin have been my parents as much as anything else, and Mike and I shared a lot of good times together, and one of the good times we shared together is a couple years, 2 years in a row before he passed away. We had run the turkey trot up in Reno, and it was for the food community up there. It was to feed the homeless, and he really liked coming up and running that, and so we thought, what a great opportunity to come down here in his memory, because he enjoyed that event, to start something in his name here, down here, to provide so much for our community. Michael was a giver as much as anybody I know, and a role model to me, and a role model to so many other people, and he was a terrific person, and I mean, not a day goes by in my life I don't think about him, and I think a lot of people here, and what a terrific event that we can have here that is in his name and can support the community in the way it does, and provide so many people with so many different outlets, and what a great opportunity for us to be able to provide money for these outreach programs, and
as Mike mentioned, suicide, a real problem here in Nevada County, not a place where you would think it would be present, but nonetheless, Mike, does a day go by where you don't think about Michael II?
No, there's not many minutes that go by, Jim, that I don't think about Michael, and because our family's been so involved in the last 3.5 years with suicide awareness and prevention, it's always right in front of us, and there's not many days that go by that somebody doesn't ask me something about it, or talk to me about depression, or call up and ask a question about a friend that's going through something, and so it's hard because it's always right in front of us, but we've made a commitment to do what we can in the community, and we're scratching our heads, why is suicide more prevalent in Nevada County than anywhere else in the state? And we don't know why, and so the whole community has come together. There is a committee at the Nevada County. It was started by the Nevada County Leadership Institute, and it's going strong. There's been grants there. There's been grants at the schools now for education, awareness about suicide, depression, and so it's really all full steam ahead right now with education, and so we're real happy to see that's happening. And the turkey trot's just another avenue to where it's not only about the remembrance of Michael. We're not here to say that we're trying to do something to memorialize Michael and what he did, because that's not it. What he did was not right. It was a wrong decision. There is help for people that have depression, and our message is we want you to go find help, that there is help. And the other thing about the turkey trot, it's just a wonderful morning of Thanksgiving where families come out, and it's a reunion, and it's a way to start a day of Thanksgiving when we here in Nevada County can count our blessings, because we have so many, and this community is so wonderful.
Guys, we have a pretty good streak of there being good weather on Thanksgiving, huh?
Hey, Michael's always shining down on us from heaven every day. And Thanksgiving being one of the most important days, he's shining down and looking down on us on every day. And to reiterate what Mike said is, we all make decisions, and sometimes they're wrong or right, but we're here to help people, to counsel them and help their decisions, and to give people a place where they can have an outreach, and that's the motive of our goal of our event here, and that's what we want to do, is we want to help our community. There's so many good people in our community, and there's so many great people out there that we want to help them, and we want to give back to them, and have a great result, and have an outreach for everybody else.
Opportunity to take a huge negative into a nice positive.
Agreed, definitely. And all of Michael's friends, I mean, I can't speak on behalf of all of them, but on a majority of them, and they all feel the same way, and what a great opportunity for us all to help the community that we all love and grew up in.
So, Thanksgiving morning, Hooper Stadium. What time should the runners be here, Mike?
Well, pre-registration's at 7:30. Many people have already registered, but we'd like to see you here as early as possible. The race starts at 8:30 sharp. We have a kids race before that, about 8:15, and it's just a wonderful day, a wonderful way to start Thanksgiving off, and all the funds that we raise go back into this community, and a lot of it goes to a New Day, Jim, which you're aware of, for counseling and helping people.
And online, still registration online?
Online's still going, and I think for another day and a half. It's going to die about 48 hours before the event, just so we can get the right
website is MEB2?
MEB, the number 2, Turkey Trot.
Number 2.
Yeah, MEB, the number 2, turkeytrot.com. And if you just Google the Turkey Trot Grass Valley, you'll come up. Or you can call my office, Jim, or you can be here Thursday morning, bright and early, and register that day.
You know, a great event for Nevada County. Everybody needs to show up. A great way to start Thanksgiving morning in the remembrance of Michael Bratton II, but a great opportunity for the community to celebrate Thanksgiving and to raise funds so that this might never happen again.
Exactly.
So Mike Bratton and Matt, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Nice and warm up here, isn't it, guys? What do you think? I don't have my jacket on. Did you notice?
I noticed, and I've got my babushka on.
And Mike looks like he's from Alaska tonight, so Matt looks like he's doing pretty well at it. Guys, we will look forward to seeing both of you on Thursday morning here at Hooper Stadium.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you.
We'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miners football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment.
You're always close by your neighborhood Ace Hardware in Auburn, located on Highway 49 at Luther Road, and locally owned and operated for the past 12 years by Mike Ryan and his family. Neighborhood Ace has teamed up with the buying power of Ace Hardware to bring you the largest selection of products for your home and business. And at Neighborhood Ace, they're always ready to talk about the latest Hillman victory at Neighborhood Ace Hardware.
The Pater family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959, and in October we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is handpicked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley. Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net. Woo!
In Grass Valley. Bob and Kurt Pinkham have been serving your carpet needs in Grass Valley since 1977. That's over 50 years of experience. Their new 3,500 square foot showroom is stuffed with the latest designs in carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile flooring products from all the top manufacturers, with many products in stock in their huge 3,500 square foot warehouse. It's Bob's Discount Carpet in Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
So back here live at Hooper Stadium, Miners lead 48-6. We'd like to remind you that the special edition of Nevada Union playoff football is being underwritten by StartOverToday.com. It can be hard to get through today's economy. StartOverToday.com is 100% committed to you and your long-term financial success. With the Start Over Today program, you'll receive your own personal financial strategist who will educate you in making the best choices for immediate credit and debt relief and create long-term financial plans. You may even qualify for additional coaching with professionals who specialize in the specific solution you may need. The benefits are endless at StartOverToday.com.
And by the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot, the Bratton family reminds you to come out Thanksgiving morning for the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot at Nevada Union High School. A record number of runners showed up for last year's event, and a great time was had by all. This year, it will be no different. Come by and see old friends run the race and watch the Miners practice for their day after Thanksgiving game. Be sure to sign up online and reserve a special commemorative T-shirt and participate in the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot, which helps so many nonprofit organizations in our area.
And, of course, by Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 13th season of local sports television. Jim Adams, Paul Brown with you tonight saying, thanks for joining us. Be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award. Hope you're thinking about it, Paul. Created by Award Innovations. Paul and I will select the most deserving Nevada Union player and honor them with the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game plaque. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, created by Award Innovations, coming up immediately after this exclusive telecast. And, you know, we've only played 24 minutes. Paul, what are some of your thoughts tonight? I mean, I can think of 3 pretty darn good candidates.
Okay, let's hear yours first.
Well, Niederberger, I mean, well, how many touchdowns? He scored 4, and one of them didn't count.
Right,
you know, so there's Niederberger. Dan Pettinato has been a monster all night. They don't know what to do with him, neither offensively nor defensively.
And then here comes my choice, too, because you're going to say
Brogan Jans.
And, you know, he's had a spectacular game. He's thrown the ball. He's run the ball. You know, it seems, Jim, all 3 of these names come up almost every week. And we can choose any number of these. Let's watch this second half for a defensive player, an outstanding defensive player, because we can give the game ball to one of these 3 players almost every week. Although I got to admit, Niederberger is going to have to he's got a slight edge right now.
And let's bring the score from the Placer game being played tonight.
And it's a similar football game.
Wow.
Placer's up 50. Foothills 7, so
I'm a little jealous there in the 3rd quarter.
Marty is at that game tonight.
And Marty's going to be home, and Gail will have tucked him into bed before we're even done.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, both teams now finally have come on the field.
I hope that he doesn't call the game in his sleep. We would have to ask Gail that question.
Michael Strong down on the field. What did you find out about the game clock?
Well, tonight what they said was, and Jim has said this rule before, what they're going to do is they're not going to have anybody run out of bounds or so. Or I guess you'd say they're going to look the other way. When somebody runs out of bounds, they're going to start the clock immediately. On a change of possession, as soon as the ball gets spotted, they're going to start the clock as opposed to on the snap. Now, he also did say if the coach of Napa decides to say we want to get on the bus and go home, then they will just let the clock run the entire game. So It's definitely, he said it's going to be a quicker second half. That's the way they are going to ref the game, the second half. And then if the coach chooses to just let the clock run the entire time, then they'll do that.
Michael, did he say that part of having the game go faster in the second half is going to be throwing less flags?
You know what? As I was talking to him, I wanted to try to get away before he threw a flag on me. He didn't seem like he was all that happy to be here tonight, so I'm not quite sure.
Well, you know, this trip is enough to upset any official here in the CIF. It's it's a whole hour, for crying out loud. I'm glad we never have those trips. But they're here and they're happy, and they're saying to themselves, we may have a running clock for the second half, and so all is good in the universe. And it could have been worse tonight, guys. Think about it for a minute. They said it was going to pour until 10 o'clock, and if it wasn't going to pour, it was going to snow.
We came here expecting for a deluge. We came here expecting to see a water game, and we haven't had a drop tonight, and that's good. Good on both sides of the ball.
You know, and the interesting part about it is that, how would this game have been with a wet field? And Paul, you might scoff at me and say, what are you talking about? It wouldn't have been much different, but nonetheless, a dry field always bodes well for Nevada Union.
That's absolutely true, and a wet field always levels the playing field like we talked about earlier. We could still have some weather tonight, Jim, but at this point so far, this game, as you have said, and you'd have to think, has already been decided.
Well, also, though, you guys got to think Nevada Union has such a good running game. They don't have to win with the pass. I think if it would have been raining, they would have played smash mouth football and ran it right down Napa. Napa's the one who's come out throwing most of the time, and that's how they were able, to get a couple things going other than the long, big run. I think if it would have been raining, it wouldn't have mattered much because of the rushing attack that Nevada Union offers and brings to the table. And now with a passing game for the first time in quite a few years, they're able to exploit Napa. But I think, with the weather, Nevada Union has always done well. You can look back to 2005 against Grant when they won 21-0, and Grant said, if we ever play you on a dry field, we'll beat you. And then it ended up being 34-0 in the city championship on a dry field. So I think for Nevada Union, rushing attack-wise, I think they would have been able to handle it.
And the last time Nevada Union has played has played Grant. Ball goes deep, picked up by the backman, Duncan Chappell. Chappell coming down the sideline, still trying to pick a little bit of a hole. Gets it out to the 33-yard line where the offense will take over. Notice that Jason Slade is coming out along with Dan Pettinato. So looks like fairly first-string offense still.
It does. I was going to mention that, Jim. When you get ahead like this, a lot of coaches will take the opportunity to work on different aspects of their game that they ordinarily would not. So let's see if Coach Humphers takes this as an opportunity rather than just try to run this score up.
So 1st and 10. Here's this pass over to Chappell, and a nice block by Slade, and he launches him. One man to beat, and he is taken down on a nice tackle by Abraham Alba.
Alba, the last man to get him, and Slade was going to get himself.
That block by Slade was that was stellar.
That was an excellent block, no question about it. But he sure wanted it. You could see he wanted his share of the scoring tonight.
Slade was like a lineman opening up a hole. So another 1st and 10 for Nevada Union. Goes on over to talk to Niederberger. In the shotgun, Hoskin in motion, over the middle, incomplete. Dangerous pass. Hebert had a chance on it there, but could not come up with it.
Jim, absolutely, almost picked up. Here's a replay, and you can see as he comes up the field, you can see he's heading for the barn. He wants some right now. He's going to get his share of the scoring tonight, and just taken down by the shoestrings.
So a 2nd down and 10 on the passing play. And Jantz goes under center, does a toss to Hoskin. Nice block, needs to get one more, and Slade couldn't deliver on that one. In fact, the defender and Slade kind of came together, and that served to catapult the defender right into Hoskin for the tackle. So Alba again with the tackle and holding against Nevada Union.
And they are going to stop the clock here. 10:51, the third quarter. They're going to march it off against Nevada Union.
You know, guys, I'm working on a plot to steal the refs' flags. I'll let you know how it's going.
I would imagine that would probably be fruitless because they probably have a second set right in another pocket in case the first set wore out. They're lucky that they're playing on a non-natural turf field because otherwise the flags would be dirty by now. Here's Hoskin up the middle, big gain, cuts back, one man to tackle him and does at the 8-yard line.
Hoskin.
Tackled Sebastian Sawyer with the tackle, but Paul, another big game.
Another big game by Hoskin. And you know, he finishes with power, Jim. I love to watch this guy run. I keep saying this. He runs hard, and then when he finishes with a burst of energy and punishes the defender when he finishes it off. But they don't have an answer for Hoskin tonight. Heck, they don't have an answer for anything tonight.
First and goal from the 9. Hebert in at split far side, fakes it to Niederberger, takes a look, throws over there. Touchdown, Miners! And I think that was Jason Hebert.
It was number 80.
And it was.
Jason Hebert. You know, mistook him for Pettinato out there. He is a big, tall, rangy receiver. Ran a very good route. I was watching him all the way through the route, and a great delivery again by Brogan Jans.
Miners scored 56 points last week. They're at 54 right now. Connor Maloney with the extra point kick, and it is good. We have played 1 minute and 57 seconds of the third quarter. Nevada Union leads 55-6.
They're coming off the field now. We got a replay. Now watch the pass in the corner. Oh, good. We're going to get it from a field angle. You're going to see Jans. Now here's what Jans does well. He sees the receiver. He sets right here, throws off his back foot, and throws a perfect strike. It's right where the receiver can handle the ball.
Hebert does a nice job, kind of has to come back a little to make the reception, but Jason probably saying, hey, what a great opportunity to get in on the dance tonight.
He is a senior. You're right, we haven't seen him all that much this year, but he sure is a good-looking receiver.
And a 49-point lead for the Miners, and we're so early in the third quarter.
Looking over at the PVL, Jim, we're seeing Placer, as we saw the halftime score, had 50-7 at half. We're obviously going to see the Hillman advance into the PVL. So we'll be seeing that game again next week. Touchdown Productions.
Miners will be back here again next week. They will most likely play Oak Ridge, another home game for the Miners. High kick taken at the 11-yard line up the middle. And, hey, number of Miners led on the tackle by Blake Smith. And so Napa to take over at the 25-yard line. And clock is running here, so we're going to probably move this third and fourth quarter along, hopefully. Handoff up the middle, short gain. Gain of about 4 on the play.
And we've got someone down the field there, Jim. Slow to get up. That's number 52.
Zach Scheinholtz on the play. So second down and 6. Handoff again, not much on the play. Sebastian Sawyer with the carry. That's going to bring up a third down and long.
And now we're starting to see some of the second stringers coming in for NU. Like I said, Coach Humphers will take this opportunity to work on things in his offense and defense. with this kind of a lead, and getting some of these second stringers in, getting some of these juniors in that will be the team next year will be important.
So third down, handoff, gang tackling short of the first down. That'll bring up a 4th down and 2. And what will Napa do here? No sign of sending in the kicking tee.
So it's a 3rd down here, Jim, and looks like
4th down.
4th down, and yeah, you're right, a long one. Yeah,
8 minutes exactly to play in the third.
How can you punt the football when every time they get it, they score?
Miners line up defensively.
They're gonna pitch
There's
it
the
back.
pitch, and does get the first down. Taken out of bounds. Clock will continue to run. Now it's stopped for the first down.
So Napa moving the flags. They're going to get one of the few first downs they've had all night.
Sawyer on the carry, Devin Grimes on the tackle for Nevada Union.
So we're seeing some new players in the field for Nevada Union. Gabe Humphers in there. We're seeing him on the left.
So a 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, back to pass, throws a nice little screen over to the left flat, and a short gain for Michael Richmond.
Richmond with some good second effort manages about 5 yards, maybe even 6 yards on that play.
And now Fike comes back in. Humphers will come out. And some wholesale changes for the Miners. So a 2nd and 4. Handoff. Hits the middle. First down, it looks like.
And that's number 20, Zach Scheinholz. Straight up the middle. He is a sophomore. Good-looking sophomore.
Napa at midfield. 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Moving along at a little better pace than what we saw in the first half, when the Miners pasted on a 48-6 lead at halftime. 55-6 now. 6 minutes to go. Over the middle, almost intercepted. Juan Espinoza had a good shot at that ball, but instead was playing the receiver, and that'll be a 2nd and 10.
And that was Sebastian Sawyer. He, again, Jim, darn near was hitting the back of the helmet, wasn't looking for the football.
And let's call this right now Dominic Pettinato in for Nevada Union. And so a 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nice gain on the play. Sebastian Sawyer with the carry.
And the crowd goes crazy because Dominic Pettinato
made the tackle.
The sophomore, he's in there at the bottom of the pile just like his brother. And I'll tell you what, if this kid grows into his feet, he's going to be bigger than his big brother.
And they had to correct Mark Hauser, as he said Dan Pettinato. And here's a 3rd down play. Here's a handoff. Up the middle, stutter steps, first down. Sebastian Sawyer again on the carry.
Sawyer doing a good job finding some room up the middle. Of course, we've got second stringers in, but that will advance the flags. Clock will run.
5:10 to go, third quarter action from Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union in this first round of the CIF champion, Sac-Joaquin champion play. And Sawyer getting a lot of opportunity tonight. In fact, we really expected to see a lot of Cody Jensen, but we have not seen Jensen for some time now.
That's true.
And Niederberger gets up limping.
Well, that's not good. They need
and
to bring
Niederberger's going to
off.
have to come off.
We need him for next week, and I tell you what, I think he's seen the last play that he'll see tonight, Jim.
I would imagine. So a second down and long. Another handoff. They're being able to move the ball on the ground now, but not really on that play. Maybe picks up 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Maybe Michael can go down and find out what's happening with Niederberger on the...
And again, Sawyer carrying the load.
It looks like Niederberger is holding on to his knee. He's being attended to on the sideline. That's a big story. Niederberger, in my estimation, is the player of the game tonight, Jim. You, of course, get final say, but that would be a very good choice. He's had a career night.
So here's a 3rd down and 5. Napa in 4-down territory. Looked like a player moved too soon, but no flag.
As soon as I can, I'll talk to Mr. Ivy when he's done with done working on Eric.
Very good. So you get us a sideline report on that. Clock will continue to run, and it'll be 4th down and 2. 3:30 to go in the 3rd quarter.
For the Indians, that's number 20, Zach
And Niederberger up and stretching that knee a little bit. Walking it off. Ooh. So 4th down and 2. Can the Miners hold defensively and retake the ball? Calls his own number. 1st down for Zach Sims.
Quarterback keeper, number 10, Zach Sims.
Sims doing a nice job, like you said, calling his own number, finding a little hole and making the best of it.
The best part about this drive, Paul, is that it's taken so much time off the clock.
Burning some time off the clock. You know, and I'll tell you, Jim, I'm heartfelt for the seniors on this team. This Napa team, this will be the last game the seniors will play, and for many of them, it'll be the last time they put the pads on ever. And you don't want to go out with a game like this.
Up the middle by Sawyer. Sawyer with a nice gain of about 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play for number 21, Sebastian Sawyer.
But they're managing a very good drive now, burning up a whole lot of the clock, down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds here in the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 6, Jeremy Gonzalez checks in for Nevada Union.
There's a reason Napa is in the playoffs. Well, they are a very, very good football team. And next year, I think they'll be an extremely strong football team. Many of these starters now are juniors.
Sawyer again hits the middle. Miners gang tackling finally pushed the pile backwards. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down. A slight gain on the play. It'll be a 3rd down and 5. Chad Knight comes in for Nevada Union. Sawyer again in the backfield. He is joined by Michael Richmond. And goes to pass, throws over the middle, and that is complete for a 1st down just outside the 10-yard line.
On the reception for the Indians, that's number 42, David Wow.
1:01 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Paul, this 3rd quarter's moved along pretty nicely.
Yeah, it really has, and Napa has been able to move the ball very effectively on the ground, getting 1st down after 1st down. Of course, they're using 4 downs to get it, but nonetheless, far and away the best drive they have mounted the entire game.
Handoff and not much yardage for Zach Scheinholz.
I'm wondering now, I'm looking at the roster that was given to us tonight, I'm wondering now when we're going to start seeing some of the freshmen that Coach Humphers has actually brought up.
Interesting. He cannot put in a player who is 15 years old. If he does, he forfeits the game immediately.
That was 14 years old.
14 years old, excuse me. In fact, Michael Strong first made it up to varsity when he was 14. They discovered that rule and had to demote him back to JV. Very upset Strong on that play. Michael, do you remember what that felt like?
You know, I was fortunate enough my sophomore year when I came up for playoffs, and I believe it was the 2nd game against Laguna Creek I think it was either Laguna Creek or Florin actually got to play the entire fourth quarter. I had never been so excited in my life to be playing on the varsity stage in the fourth quarter.
Well, if the conditions were the same, you'd probably be out there tonight.
So, Michael, the year that you were 14, was that a playoff game that they brought you up?
No. Let's see. My freshman year, I didn't go up. That was when I was 14. When I was a sophomore, I went up, and we actually had almost our entire offense come up to varsity my sophomore year. We had, I think, probably around 15 guys from our JV team come up from the varsity, and then there was another 8, I think, freshmen that came up that year. So we had quite a big squad at that point going into the playoffs. But it's a little different now. I don't see as many freshmen and JVs coming up to varsity, which is interesting because it's something that Coach Humphers promotes quite a bit for the younger guys to come up and experience the practice and everything.
So here we go. Second down and about 7. Big hit. Throws in the end zone all alone. Touchdown, Indians.
Cody Thompson finding in the back of the end zone. It looks like that was number 42 for the Indians, David Wheeldryer. And they will get their second score of the night, Jim.
So that makes it 55-12. And the best part about that is it's in the fourth quarter. So in for the extra point, Jonathan Duma, and Duma's kick is short. So 55-12, I think, Paul, that answers the question why Napa has not used their field goal team tonight at any time.
And both of those extra points were low, but if you want to know the truth, there was penetration by that defensive line by NU. They were all over that kicker and in position to make a block early. That they're just not able to hold those guys out. So, and you know, Jim, we've talked about this before during the regular season, how our kicking game, a very, very strong kicking game, may become a factor as the playoffs continue on.
Well, Maloney has sat patiently this season, his longest being 42 yards. However, Paul, we've watched him in pregame before hitting the ball from 50 yards. And at the beginning of the campaign, Dave Humphers said, I would use Maloney from 50 yards and in, and that's probably a pretty good way to do it. However, the Miners have done so well offensively, they really haven't had to use him in that situation.
We really haven't seen a good close football game, Jim, in some weeks.
In a long time, since the Rockland game in, I think it was week 2.
Hey guys, is this a freshman or a sophomore going to receive this kickoff maybe?
Be number 83 for the Miners.
And there's Niederberger. Niederberger has the ball. He needs a block. He got one good one, and then he's taken down on the near side of the field.
Interestingly, Niederberger's back in there. It doesn't look like anything's wrong with that knee now.
No, Kevin Ivey had said it was just a stinger. Took a helmet to the knee. You know, more of a funny bone hit is what it was.
And back, number 83, to answer your question, was for NU, that was Lawrence Reese. He is a junior, a linebacker and tight end.
It looks like there's a good possibility that Brogan Jantz is done for the night. Brock Krause in at quarterback. And if the Miners could do a good job of gaining some yardage, but first the flags fly. And I'm sure this will be a penalty against Nevada Union unless there is encroachment by the Indians, but no, dead ball foul, offsides Nevada Union. So somebody had to have lined up in the neutral zone.
I think that was the wide receiver. I think it's Gene Genet, if I pronounce it right, number 86. He is the wide receiver, and from the way that he was handling himself, Jim, it looked like the play was designed to go to him.
So first down, handoff here near side, tries to get through a number of blockers, and I think that was Jake Tilley on the carry, and it is. So the Miners will have a second down and, about 13 it looks like. We'll call it 12. Kyle Coda in for the Miners. Handoff, second man through. And some decent yardage for Nevada Union. That's going to bring up, though, a third down and long.
So Nevada Union, second squad, in a position here.
Looked like Jake Tilley again on the carry. So third and long as Kraus, Brock Kraus brings in the play.
And
Tilley comes out.
Let's see if Kraus has an arm here. He's in a passing down here.
Fakes it. Now pitches it. Turns the corner and gets some first down yardage before being knocked out of bounds.
And that was Hooper with the ball carrier, and Hooper.
Kirby Hopper.
Hopper, thank you, and he was stung.
But did a good job, got the first down. That will allow the clock to continue to run.
As Abram Alba for Napa coming over, giving him the kiss of helmet, putting him on the ground and just out of bounds.
9:36 to go, fourth quarter. Miners in control. First round of the CIF Sectional Championship. 55-12 Nevada Union. And from beginning to end, it has been total domination tonight. Kraus yet to throw. Another handoff up the middle, following his blocker. And that was Jake Tilley. So Jake getting to see a little action. Jake will be off on a mission project with the Interact Club of Nevada Union to Colima, Mexico in February. Part of his work in the community and abroad. Back to pass, throws and overthrows over on the far side. So Gene Janae, the intended receiver, second down, and the clock continues to run on that incompletion.
And you can see the disappointment on Brock Kraus's face. He had an opportunity to throw the football. He hasn't had much time in the field this year, Jim. This is the first time I can recall seeing him play quarterback.
He's played several times this season. When they've wanted to spell Brogan in the fourth quarter, Brock has many times come on in. And we're down to 8 minutes to go in this contest. Handoff, see if he can turn the corner, has a hard time doing it, and is taken down as Dan Agnes on the carry. We're down to 7:45. A big third down for Nevada Union, wondering at this point on the field whether they would be in four down territory. You know, if they could string together another 3 or 4 first downs, Paul, we might be close to the conclusion of the game.
That's so true. So, Jim, let's start talking about next week, and let's talk about Oak Ridge. What do you know about this football team? I don't want to put you on the spot.
I think that Oak Ridge was 7-3 on the season, and you know, the team from El Dorado Hills. First down, Nevada Union. Nice carry. Late hit, but of course no flag on the play. Tyler Prince with the carry. You know, and other than that, you know, here's the thing, Paul. Nevada Union needs to play its game. And if it could ever play its game minus the penalties, oh my gosh, what a decided victory it would be. They're going to be back here at Nevada Union. You know, it's really nice not to have to travel. I've been with Miners squads that had to travel throughout the playoffs, and it was never pleasant. They got the job done one year, making it to the section final before losing to St. Mary's, but they'll be able to be at home here at least through a couple of games. Here's the pitch, and hit for a loss on the play. is Jake Tilley with a nice tackle by Brad Forster. 6:24 to go.
Well, the home field advantage, Jim, is just that. It is an advantage, no question about it. And if this team shows up tonight, next week, it's going to be a very, very interesting football game. You'd have to think that the Oak Ridge team will come in a little more...
Kirby Hopper. Big gain. Hopper breaks into the open. 30, tries to cut back and is finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Excuse me, Dan Agnes on the carrier. So Agnes with the carry again. Thought it was 23, which is Kirby Hopper, but it's Dan Agnes. And 5.5 minutes to go. So a nice gain by Agnes.
Here's Agnes. See the replay. And this is Agnes. Agnes, the second teamer, getting a chance to carry the football and finding a big hole.
Isn't touched till right there.
Yeah. Good play.
Back to live action. Short gain. And a couple of rogue blocks now by Napa. Sebastian Sawyer with a block from behind on a minor as he was looking over the play. But that'll bring a 2nd down and 8. Inside 5 minutes to go. And you can see the player's breath on the field, so it is very cold out tonight. Single back offense. Hands off. Nice gain up the middle.
That was Jake Tilley.
And Tilley takes it again, and he's close to a 1st down.
You know, Tilley is going to get some duty next year, I think, Jim. He's showing some
And it's a 1st down, Paul.
Yeah, he's showing he shows some speed and some agility and some power coming through the line.
Here's the challenge. They are right at the 10. It will be 1st and goal. The flags are down. Sideline markers are down. And the best part, we are under 4 minutes. Handoff, Tilley again, breaks through to close to the 5. Or was that Tyler Prince? That may have been Tyler Prince.
I think that was number 17, Prince, and he's down.
So Tyler Prince, and he is down.
He's got his legs up. It looks like he may have gotten maybe the air knocked out of him.
So 3:27 to go. Miners marching for a touchdown that could make it into the 60s tonight, Paul. A touchdown with a conversion would make it 62-12. And so as dominating a game as we've seen the Miners play this year, you know, we watched them last week against Davis, dismantle that squad. You know, Valley did not bring a real good team here, but tonight the Miners have just shown real superiority offensively and defensively, and you know, Napa they just haven't shown that much.
You know, from the first play from scrimmage, Jim, from the first kickoff, when they fumbled the kickoff and found themselves on the 2-yard line on the very first possession, we really haven't seen anything but a dominating defense from NU.
And the only thing that has kept Napa in the game has been the officials.
It has been the penalties, that's true. So it looks like Prince is getting up now.
And Jason Slade will come in, and you got to think that maybe Slade is saying, give me the ball. I would really like to get into the end zone. 2nd down from the 8.
And then immediately after the bad kickoff, they threw an interception, if you recall, that was brought back. At no time in this ball game has Napa ever really been in it.
Let me give you some good news for those of you who are Miner faithfuls. Had a chance to talk with Jake Arnold, broke his leg early in the season. he may be ready for week 3 of these playoffs. Up the middle, and the ball goes into the end zone. I think Nevada Union got it. Touchdown, Miners!
And who fell on it? It looks like number 81. We'll wait and see.
Jake Tilley. So 2 on the night for Jake Tilley. He gets 1 through the air and 1 on the ground.
1 on the ground. It may not have been pretty, but it is on the ground.
Coach,
a touchdown is a touchdown.
Coach, put me in. I promise I'll score. So 61-12. 3:04 to play. Spotted, kicked, and good. So Nevada Union
up by 50 points.
And let's take a look at that.
Here comes the handoff.
And he's going to call his own number there. Kraus goes for the end zone. Bang. Look at that pop. And the ball comes out. But look at Tilley. There's Tilley racing over for it. Falls squarely right on top of it. Dave Humphers talking to the Miners, getting everything positioned for the final 3 minutes, 4 seconds of tonight's game. Miners being called out onto the field. Tyler Houlihan. See the white jersey of Houlihan, the same number as Drew Hoskin. And so Maloney to kick off for the Miners. A lot of the crowd has exited tonight saying, let's go home and warm up a little. And so here we go. Nice kick, high and deep to the 3. Good coverage by the Miners. And at about the 20 with 2:55 to play,
in come the Indians. Take over for the last couple of minutes here. Like I said, Jim, in some cases these seniors, they'll be seeing their last action they'll ever see.
And these Indians have largely been scalped tonight by a hungry Nevada Union squad. 2:40 to go. Handoff. We'll keep the clock running. Miners need a tackle. They get it. Zach Scheinholtz on the carry.
Scheinholtz finding room over the right side. And you can see that the energy level on both sides, they're just going to finish this game out. Clock will continue to move.
And so it will be Chad Knight on the tackle. It'll be a second down. Well, first down on the play. So a 1st and 10 from the 35. Handoff up the middle, but not much there. And Alex Seha. And Chad Knight again on the tackle. We are inside 2 minutes from Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union 62, Napa 12. Handoff, trying to find a little bit of room. And Sebastian Sawyer with the carry, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
So, Jim, it's time to talk about the Player of the Game award.
I want to congratulate Coach Humpers being named Delta League Coach of the Year. Congratulations, Coach.
And we did just get word that Placer has won their game and will move on in the PVL.
By more than 50. So here we go. 3rd down, good play defensively for the Miners. And we are inside 1 minute. Our Nevada Union Player of the Game tonight Number 15, Eric Niederberger. Niederberger with a great night tonight. Dan Pettinato, honorable mention. Brogan Jantz, honorable mention. But we're going to give it tonight to Eric Niederberger. Came out late in the game, not injured, fortunately, but a lot of touchdowns and good play on both sides of the ball. Eric Niederberger, number 15, our Bill Slades & Sons trucking player of the game. And a hard hit at the 45-yard line. And the clock is stopped at 15.4 seconds on that fourth down play. And with 15 seconds, the clock is running, and Napa comes out onto the field. We have seen our final play. So the first round is decided here at Hooper Stadium decisively by the Nevada Union Miners. They prevail against the Indians tonight, 62-12. We'd like to remind you that the Miners will probably play Oak Ridge next Friday night.
And if you want to start the playoffs right, this is the way to do it. Dominating the team on the other end of the ball. Both sides of the ball. Defensively, offensively. The Miners came out tonight and absolutely stomped on the Napa Indians.
And we'll be back to talk a little bit more about this contest. We'd like to remind you that you are watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football. And as you see there, the two teams exchanging handshakes. And what more can you say about Nevada Union tonight? And the Indians gather for a word of prayer following the contest tonight.
And I'm sure when the coaches at Oak Ridge come to scout Nevada Union,
what are they going to say about tonight's game, Paul?
What are they going to say? What are they going to see? How do you find some place to run, something that you can find of any?
I don't
know. What do you say?
Well, I think you have to take a look at it. And, really, we have not seen one team stop this offense this year. Too many facets, too complex of a game plan, too many different looks, too many different approaches.
And some exceptional skill players. Bettinato and Jantz are just too tough to stop.
And you see right up at the top there, let's see if you can see number 15, Eric Niederberger. He's right in the middle, and there he is. Hard to see from that angle, but we're going to bring you the alma mater tonight of Nevada Union. Whoa.
That was like a cartoon.
We'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football. We'll be back with our final comments after this break.
Welcome to Citizens Bank of Northern California. Hi, I'm Gary Gall, President and CEO. At Citizens Bank, we like to take the mystery out of banking. Started 15 years ago by community leaders, Citizens Bank has grown to 7 branches to serve you. We at Citizens Bank all want to congratulate our sports teams for a job well done. The athletes, coaches, and their families. And we wish you the best of luck in the postseason. Citizens Bank of Northern California. Your community, your bank.
Welcome to We've Got Scrubs. My name is Christine Pickering. We've Got Scrubs supplies medical scrubs, shoes, and accessories to the medical profession. Our local store offers a full range of products from major manufacturers. We've Got Scrubs is proud to carry scrub uniforms such as Cherokee, Dickies, Landau, and Barco. We carry all sizes and styles for our male and female customers. We are always looking at complementing our scrub uniform line for your professional needs because we've got scrubs.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
B&C is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. They carry everything you need. In their garden center, you'll find a complete nursery along with expert advice on trees, shrubs, perennials, and garden enhancements. They're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center in the Fowler Center, Grass Valley.
And we'd like to tell you that this game was also underwritten by StartOverToday.com. Since 2002, StartOverToday.com has helped over 39,000 families just like yours on the path to financial freedom. Start Over Today program is an innovative way for you to take a step in the right direction and eliminate large amounts of unsecured debt. StartOverToday.com uses their experience in long-term credit relationships to negotiate your debt down while making one affordable monthly payment. You can become completely debt-free in as little as 12 to 36 months. The benefits are endless at StartOverToday.com.
The 4th annual Michael Bratton Turkey Trot. The Bratton family reminds you to come out Thanksgiving morning for the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot at Nevada Union High School. A record number of runners showed up for last year's event, and a great time was had by all. This year will be no different. Come by and see old friends, run the race, and watch the miners practice for their day after Thanksgiving game. Be sure to sign up online and reserve a special commemorative T-shirt and participate in the 4th annual Michael Bratton II Turkey Trot, which helps many nonprofits in our area. And we'll be right back with a final comment. You're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football on the Touchdown Production Sports Network.
You're always close by your neighborhood Ace Hardware in Auburn, located on Highway 49 at Luther Road, and locally owned and operated for the past 12 years by Mike Ryan and his family. Neighborhood Ace has teamed up with the buying power of Ace Hardware to bring you the largest selection of products for your home and business. And at Neighborhood Ace, they're always ready to talk about the latest Hillman victory at Neighborhood Ace Hardware.
The Pater family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959, and in October will celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is handpicked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley. Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net. Woo!
in Grass Valley. Bob and Kurt Pinkham have been serving your carpet needs in Grass Valley since 1977. That's over 50 years of experience. Their new 3,500 square foot showroom is stuffed with the latest designs in carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile flooring products from all the top manufacturers. With many products in stock in their huge 3,500 square foot warehouse. It's Bob's Discount Carpet in Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
And by Touchdown Productions, bringing you the best in local sports television for the past 13 years. Join us next week. We're back here at Hooper Stadium for the game of the week. The Miners will take on the Oak Ridge Trojans in round 2 of the Division I CIF Championship play. Paul Brown and I, along with Michael Strong, will be bringing you all of the action following up on this Miners victory tonight, 62-12. So we'll see you next week for that for sure. And game 2 of the doubleheader next week will be the Placer-Hillman versus Dixon. That game will be from Dixon, and Placer moving on tonight by a big score. A little bit of a stiffer competition next week. Marty Mortensen, Rick Carvelli to bring the action.
And this Placer game will be a replay of last year, Jim, where we saw them play in Dixon last year. And a very strong Placer team. We can expect to see a wonderful match there for the PVL, and I'm looking forward to watching Marty Mortensen do that game, and I will be back here with you next week.
Well, and you know, it'll be interesting to see how these Miners are next week against Oak Ridge. You know, another test for them, or should I say, we think it might be another test for them because this week surely was not. So Miners win tonight 62-12. Our executive producer, Gilbert M. Dominguez. Remote coordinator and director, Sean Kashevsky. Titles and replay by Brandon Duckett. Announcers, Jim Adams, Paul Brown, Michael Strong. Paul, good to work with you.
Thank you, Jim. Same to you.
On-field reporter, Michael Strong. Camera operators, Anthony Stewart, Nicole Teichman, Danny Goodnow. Technical engineer by Paula Mikalski. Office manager, Linda Mingus. Remote facilities brought to you by Commander 3. And Commander 3 maintenance by Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Player of the Game Award, Bill Slade and Sons Trucking and Award Innovations. Touchdown Sportswear, DK InStitches, what's your sign? Touchdown Finances by Cinto Graciano LLP. Write us a deal at touchdownproductions.com. It's a wrap here from Hooper Stadium tonight. Miners win big. For Paul Brown, Michael Strong, Sean Kashevsky, and the entire Touchdown Productions team, Jim Adams reminding you that you've been watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network. See you next week.